lift blues, so we fire up the stream. Two dads raising hell, chasing whiskey dreams. Soap suds spilling like some midnight truth. Talking live from the tub, don't need no booth. Two dads, one tub, where the whiskey flows. Streaming half naked where the wild tales grow. Laugh so hard, spit whiskey on the mic. Night shift rebels broadcasting live. Lost connection can't kill this show. Reset the route.
We've done it! Our master plan worked. Help Gas and Panic start a podcast so that way Elijah and I can take it over.
Where am I? Where are all these clouds and purple and pink and I don't where am I?
Hello, Gassifras. Welcome to the land of PNG tubing.
Yeah, I don't really know how I got here either, but I've been here for a while. Help.
Remember those sachets I gave you?
Yeah.
The ones that popped in your mouth that we won't disclose what the names are? Yeah, that's what happens when you take those.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I mean, I took those too, so
I think that makes... Hey, guys, we have a box for Panic. Where the hell is he?
Somebody send him somebody send him some a sachet.
Wait,
he hasn't rendered yet.
Guys, someone said Panic a sachet ASAP. Quick.
Panic needs whatever's in those things that we're not going to disclose the name of.
Maybe he's where I was last week before I got on here.
Oh, 404 not found.
Yeah.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to this episode of Two Dads, Two Prestons, and Elijahs. That's right.
Two Prestons and Elijahs?
Yep. There's
two of us.
There's actually one behind you, gun to your head.
I don't know that the world could handle that.
No one could. No one could.
The other Elijah forgot to go to your house, so...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could have went to my house. I'm not at home, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah,
There
so
he is.
actually he definitely did go to your house. He just went to the wrong spot
There's
entirely.
that
Hey.
boy.
Panic got the sachet.
Yeah. He got it.
Oh no.
He's here.
Is this Mike?
Apparently. Oh, I don't know.
Allegedly. He's
got
here.
to. I think he has to finish the sachet for his vocals to make it to the land of PNG too.
Yeah. He too can finally become a picture.
Boy.
Remember to take it orally. If you take it anywhere else, you're gonna feel some weird vibrations. Anywho, welcome to the pod, everyone. Elijah and I have taken over.
Yes, this is our podcast now.
Yeah.
You know, I have an idea, guys.
Okay.
So maybe it's just the fact that I'm in Cleveland, Ohio right now, hanging out in my hotel room. But I'm thinking maybe if we do our housekeeping now, that maybe it'll bring Panic back.
Well, if Panic has a voice, who's gonna do the housekeeping? Or doesn't have a voice, who's gonna do the housekeeping?
Elijah.
Oh.
Do you want to do the housekeeping with me this time?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, open up Run a Show and scroll down to where it says Host 1, because that's gas.
Okay. Well.
It's not loading.
Oh, no.
My internet is killing me.
It's okay. I'll copy and paste it and put it in the Discord.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
So just let me know. Let me know when you got it.
We're doing it live, folks. All right, Elijah, I sent it to you.
Okay.
Your host 2.
I'm gonna pull it up on my phone because I think that'll probably load better. No, we're good. We got it.
All right, we got it.
We got it up.
So I don't know if we can really call you guys guests this time, but you've kind of taken over. But before we launched the collective of us into the conversational wood chipper set to salsa mode, we've got some housekeeping to bulldoze like a dad who just discovered longboards and child support. Wow. Buckle up, or we'll have Howdy deliver a handwritten apology in crayon while riding a Segway in a bathrobe. That's a terrible image in my head now.
Yeah, that's in there forever. It's the warm-up act. Less candles, more unpaid parking tickets. Think couples therapy if both therapists were drunk, one of them was your ex, and the couch was on fire.
Two Dads One Tub goes live every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Twitch and YouTube, raw, unfiltered, and officially on a watch list maintained by 3 HOAs, a parent-teacher council, and a guy dressed like the Pope who only speaks in Latin and vaping noises.
Okay. Miss the live show? We've got you. The audio gets lovingly scraped off the walls and uploaded to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and a mysterious server labeled "Do Not Open" unless you're prepared to feel feelings about your stepdad. These are completely normal announcements to make.
Gas, that's you.
And yeah, we've got merch, t-shirt, mugs, hoodies. Sorry, I had to take a minute on that one. All excellent ways to get kicked out of a church potluck or spark a very weird conversation with your Uber driver. Links in the description. Buy something before Howdy reinvents capitalism again.
Our latest hoodie says, "Don't talk to me unless I've emotionally dissociated." It's cozy, unlicensed, and already banned from several state fairs for attracting the wrong kind of energy.
Oh my gosh. If you're wondering where Howdy is tonight, he's unavailable. He's somewhere in rural Italy after asking the actual Pope if holy water can be carbonated for fizzier baptisms. Wow. We don't know where he is now, but we do know his passport is in the Vatican's lost and found, and his last text says, "Met a goat, named him forgiveness." Oh my God.
He's fine. Or he's starting to commune with the 100-acre woods. Hard to say. Meanwhile, Josh sounds more and more like Eeyore every day. Yesterday, he sighed for 12 minutes straight and muttered, "It's fine. The bees will get me eventually."
We love him, but if he starts building a log cabin out of podcast microphones and regret, we're staging an intervention, or at least sending Tigger to slap some serotonin into him.
Okay. If you enjoyed the show, smash those 5 stars, leave a review, and lie to the algorithm like it's your ex's new boyfriend asking if you've quote unquote moved on. Tell them we're educational. Tell them we're inspirational. Tell them Howdy taught you how to love again.
All right, let's kick off this chaos tornado before Josh starts humming Gregorian chants and Howdy tries to live stream from inside a conventional booth. Oh my gosh! Okay.
The feelings about your stepdad one gets me every time.
I feel like it was easier for me to break when I wasn't the one talking.
Oh. Alrighty,
Wow.
gents, how do we want to do this?
Did we get Panic?
Panic's
We
here.
did get Panic.
Panic's here.
Oh
We do have
yes,
Panic.
Panic's here.
He and
Sorry.
I were
I had
laughing at
to-
you. To quote Crow,
I had
saw
to go.
Panic
I had to go
move.
back to Crystals. Yeah, I had to go back to Crystals because they forgot some of our food. So
Did they give you the magical sachet that brought you to PNG land like they did me the other day?
they gave me something. We're just
You
gonna
don't-
leave it there.
You don't want to know what Crystals
Oh.
gives you.
Oh God.
Kind of like a Jack in the Box taco.
Kylie loves
For
Jack
the
in the
most
Box
part,
tacos
yes.
though. She will fuck them up.
Yeah,
Oh,
Crystals are just the better White Castle.
we call them gut bombs.
Yeah,
bold of you to assume we have a
Um,
White Castle up here.
Yeah.
They're
you don't.
little fast food slider burgers.
I've
How about
watched
that?
Harold and Kumar.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know if Elijah has,
So-
but I have.
fair.
Okay, here, let me describe it.
Okay.
Okay, so think White Castle from Harold and Kumar,
Okay.
but Crystal Burgers, you just picture somebody that works at the Waffle House
Okay.
We don't have those either.
I've been to one. It's fine.
That's in a
I've been-
worse position than the person at Waffle House is cooking the Crystal Burgers.
Oh God.
So,
So
but they're
we love
delicious.
it, though. Yeah, it's like the best drunk food ever.
That's
Good to know. Good to know.
That's
Yeah.
so fair.
If y'all ever make it down to our area, we will treat you both to some Crystal Burgers. You might not like want them after you have them, but it's like a Southern delicacy.
Okay, but
You're gonna love them while you're here.
Mm-hmm.
counter proposal. You come up here one day, and we get you a greasy bag of dicks.
Dicks. A
I can,
massive, greasy bag of dicks.
Listen,
look, I can go over on Rossville Boulevard and get that for free.
Yeah, no, panic. No, you can't. Dick's Burgers is a Washington staple,
Yeah, it's only you only have dicks in Washington.
right? Nowhere else
My
has
bad.
dicks.
Nowhere else has dicks, just Washington.
But
Fair
Elijah
enough.
and I, every once in a while, will hop in the car, look longingly into each other's eyes, and say, "Do you want to get a handful of dicks?"
Yep. Yeah, happens like at least monthly,
Yeah, at least once a month.
if not even more frequently than
The
that.
sad part is that the closest sticks to us are in like two sketchy areas, so we have to go to sketchy areas for it.
Yeah, you gotta go to the sketchy part of town to get dicks. You know.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I was going when I said Rossville Boulevard.
That's true. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Look, Gas. I was pretty sad. B's Southern Cooking over on Dodds.
Yeah.
They had their 75th anniversary, and it was $1 all you could eat. Lazy Susans.
What?
Yes, and I drove over there with a customer for lunch. I was like, "Look, we're gonna go to B's. I know it's not fancy," and he's like, "No, fuck no, we're going to B's." Like everybody loves B. So it is Southern
It's some-
cooking. It's like fried chicken.
And these little white potatoes cooked in gravy.
Yeah. And what's funny about it is it all comes out, and you're sitting at a table full of strangers, and there's a Lazy Susan It's a Lazy Susan buffet style. So you spin it, and what you don't know is if somebody at the tables lick the spoon and put it back
Ooh.
Russian roulette.
because you are in that area. But the food is delicious. But it was $1, man. So we pulled up, and it was 2 blocks lined up down the road.
Oh, I don't. That's not a surprise. I mean, B's fried chicken.
It was packed.
B's fried chicken is off the chain good. Like it's some of the best fried chicken you'll ever have.
But
So
can I
But anyways,
walk up to a window and say, "1 bag of dicks, please"?
no,
And then they'll
you-
give it to you.
no.
so here's the deal. Actually, yes, Gas. Here's the deal, Preston. If you walk up to the house next door, tap on the window, and you say that, you're gonna get it.
That might be true.
You're gonna get it.
Question: is that Howdy's
Oh.
house?
You'll get something in a bag.
Is that Howdy's house?
So
That's yet to be determined.
TBD.
So, anyways, we've been invaded by y'all apparently.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Yes.
When I say we have, I mean we
So-
have invaded. We have inserted ourselves into your podcast. One, to shamelessly promote ourselves. Hi, my name's Preston. That's Elijah. Say hi.
Hi.
We're just two friends who, according to the other two people in this podcast, do stuff.
And possibly things.
Only us? We're the only ones that say you do stuff?
I literally started
I-
using that as our way to introduce ourselves on stream because one time on the podcast you say, they're Preston vs. Elijah. They do stuff. And then moved on.
You're welcome.
But we do stuff.
We do,
They're
which
not
isn't
wrong.
wrong.
We do a lot of stuff.
Which isn't wrong.
I'm a marketing genius.
We're not wrong.
Remember the Got Milk campaign? That's the new Got Milk campaign.
They do
That's
stuff.
that's the dry dad humor coming out.
So, whenever we talk about,
As opposed to the emotionally moist humor.
Yeah.
yeah, so it's the spectrum: emotionally moist, dry dad. There is an in between, and that's called Josh.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna do this a little different this week. We're gonna start out, Elijah, since you're technically our guest, even though Preston followed and he's here.
Hear the puppy noises.
Let's hear. So most of our viewers that are watching live right now know who y'all are.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the people that are going to listen to this on Apple or Spotify later on or discover it later, they have no clue who you are. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and then tell us how y'all decided to create the crazy channel that y'all have and how much y'all love Bags of Dicks.
Yeah, I can do that. I know myself pretty well.
No, hold on, now.
I bet Preston knows you better.
Actually, I was going to say Preston has to tell us about you. You have to tell us about Preston.
Okay. I'll tell you all about Preston.
Okay.
It'll be super accurate. Preston, go first.
Okay.
I just want to know how far I can go.
Okay. Oh. So first off, 10 inches. That's how the diameter. That's the diameter of his brain about how smart he is. If you thought anything else, you're grounded. No. So Elijah and I first met at the summer camp we both worked at, but he got introduced to that summer camp in one of two ways. The first one is the school he went to, the private Christian school he went to, was also at the camp. Like, they taught out of the camp. So Elijah knew about the camp obviously through that, but then also Kylie, my girlfriend, his childhood best friend and Scandal, his middle school and early high school girlfriend, both of them have been really good friends and their families have been close for a long time. Basically, his mom said, Kylie works at that camp, you should work at that camp, and threw an application at him. We immediately hit it off with each other because we're like, oh, we're just the same fucking person, God. And we literally were hanging out with each other as often as we could. And so at that point, I was about to do my second year of internship after college for that point, and then Elijah was about to applying and was about to do his first year of internship. So we ended up having to be housemates too. And as we were sitting down at our house, we both realized that, a lot of the content we both consume is the Venn diagram's a circle. It's just the exact same thing. And the original thought was, Elijah, what were we gonna do?
We were there was a lot of ideas thrown around. I don't remember which one was the first. I'm not gonna lie. We were gonna film we were gonna do similar to Scott the Woz or Alpharad videos type gaming videos where we did skits in between, stuff like that.
Yeah, we were gonna do basically the equivalent of here's the thing with you two. When we were talking about this type of content, I also have to understand that you guys, when I say Scott the Woz, I know for a fact you guys both don't know what that is.
I've heard that name before.
Panic.
I have no brain cells.
That's fair. That's fair. So Scott the Woz is currently the biggest in a long line of YouTubers who basically do gaming topic videos and gaming reviews that are all comedy. He does actual in-depth looks at different gaming topics, but he uses his sense of humor to talk about these things. At one point there was JonTron, but then JonTron came out as anti-Semitic. At one point, Peanut Butter Gamer still does it, but he's not as popular as he used to be, right? And the progenitor of it all is this guy named the Angry Video Game Nerd, who still does stuff to this day, right? And we're like, what if we did our take on that? And then we thought about it, and then life got busy. And then we're like, what if we just did YouTube Let's Plays? And then we got busy. what if we actually did YouTube Let's Plays after I stopped working at camp? We tried it. It did not work. We were like, what if we did Twitch?
And that one ended up working.
Yeah. It's essentially us 1 year of content, of like wanting to do content, saying we'll do something and then not doing it.
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And then one day we decided to actually do it, and it worked.
And it worked. It worked surprisingly well. Like, Elijah, how many followers did we get without posting to social media in like the first month? It was like, what?
I don't remember. It was more than I would have expected.
Like, without a
I don't remember the exact number.
it was
though.
like, because like, before we met you guys, like, we were, at least in terms of Pokemon, most of our followers were either people we knew in IRL, like in real life, or it was Pokemon. People watching us for Pokemon streams. And like, before we ever joined any Discord servers or posted to TikTok or posted to Instagram or done any of that, just from playing on Twitch in specific Pokemon categories, I think it was like 35 followers within like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was something like that. We were growing quickly.
For people who, by the way, barely had any idea what they were doing.
Some would argue I still have no idea what I'm doing.
We can tell.
What? My last 2 solo streams definitely didn't end because of technical difficulties at all.
It's not
Look,
like
I've been there. I know how it goes. I'm not even going to knock you on that one.
So you've been plagued with the STDs as well, the streaming technical difficulties.
Yeah. I've had a lot of STDs in my lifetime.
yeah.
I don't know if I would put that out in a podcast, Elijah.
By the way, this episode's sponsored by. Just kidding. But yeah, that's how.
Memorial Hospital.
But like, the idea for like the name Preston vs Elijah, like many things for our channel, was me. It came to me in a dream. Like dead ass.
That checks out.
Dead ass in the middle of the night. I was like, Preston.
All right, fucking Kevin Costner.
Preston. No, dead ass. Like, I'll give a couple of
If you
tips.
stream it, they will come.
If you stream it, they will come. It was Preston, Elijah, Preston, Elijah, Preston versus Elijah. That stands for PvE. That also means players versus environment. We could do co-op games or competitive games against each other. And then I'm like, do you want to do this idea? After like 8
I was like, yeah.
I was like, after
That's
like,
great.
after literally like 9 months of like us just faffing around, like not doing anything, I was like, I have an idea. And originally it was supposed to be a YouTube channel. Like our original first idea for something, and the only reason why we didn't do it was because my computer at the time corrupted the video files.
Yeah.
And obviously I've upgraded since then. But like the original idea was I still have the overlays for this and everything, like the early PvE overlays, was one of us played Pokemon Fire Red, the other person played Pokemon Leaf Green, and after every gym we beat, whatever team we currently had in that moment, we'd have to fight each other, and we would get points as we progressed through Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green.
I still think that would be fun to do on stream.
I think
but,
that'd still be a fun stream, but like we wanted to do it as like episodic content, and it just never panned out. And then we realized, wait, streaming just might be easier for what we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have all of the footage for my side, his side corrupted. I still have all of mine.
I
So
feel
if
like
I-
you should put that out.
I'd have to learn how to edit first, but I have
Nope,
a lot
unedited.
of footage. Unedited?
Yep, just like this podcast.
Okay.
Mhm.
That
now.
that's a lot of footage that I would be putting out there, but I might. We'll see how long it is.
Well, we heard you wanted to do long form content, so there's long form for you.
I do.
Also,
I do want to do long.
He could
content
do
at
it.
some
It would be him talking to himself because he doesn't have my audio.
I could
That's perfect.
dub Preston's voice. Actually, I
love
got
it.
that.
I love it. It could work.
Uh,
I don't know what he said, so I would just be guessing too.
No,
That would make it even better.
It's me doing a bad impression of Preston being like, "Ooh, I'm on the second gym."
No, well, I remember.
That was a great impression.
Thank you.
I was like, I thought Preston was talking.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah, that was actually him.
But one of the jokes was we named our rivals like Douche and Asshat. That's right. That's my grandson, Douche.
We're all three in heart.
Yeah, we really are. We
Yeah.
really are. But yeah, and what? We started in October. It's June. Like, like 8-9 months later, you can't get rid of us.
Yeah, we're here to stay.
Yeah,
You're the itch we can't scratch.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you can scratch it, but there's no satisfying.
It comes back in a worse way.
Yeah, but that's how PvE.
It just spreads.
Yeah, and what PvE has been this entire time was one of us has a dumbass idea and we just do it.
It sounds a lot like mine and Panic's relationship.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah, pretty much.
it's been a good time. I'll let Elijah talk about his thoughts and feelings and emotional discretions against me.
Oh, so I actually hate this guy.
Fuck you.
He's fuck you. We're breaking up. No. So yeah, like Preston said, we met at the summer camp. That we both worked at. We spent a bunch of time together. I had known like of Preston before I came to the summer camp. I obviously knew that Kylie was dating somebody. I had no concept of who he was. So I was actually really terrified to meet Preston. I was like, I have no idea if this guy's gonna like me. I used to date his girlfriend. I don't know how that's gonna go.
I know what
Like,
you were terrified about.
What was
You heard that he had a thing for big toes.
That's so true. You're so right.
You're right.
You're
I
so
I
right.
left that out actually. It was actually at the bottom of the application sheet. It said PSA Preston loves toes.
Which is true.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah.
I'd be
it all makes
scared
sense
too.
Yeah, but like as soon as I met him, I'm like, oh, there's nothing to be afraid of here.
Literally. And we literally hit it off from there. And it's just, we have the same dumbass humor. Check. Oh, we have the same taste in games. Check. We both have our Nintendo Switches on us. In fact, Elijah had 3 on him.
I only had 2.
Did
I
you
have
ever-
3 now, but I only had 2.
No, didn't you have a DS Lite at that point?
No. I had my modded 2DS.
Oh, so true. So true. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
It could have been my DS. I have too many Nintendo consoles, and I'm trying to get more.
He's actually about to get a second Nintendo Switch too. So
We're gonna hold off on that one. I am in the process of buying a Wii from my uncle, though.
dude, just borrow mine.
How much are you paying him for it?
I don't know yet. He needs to contact me about it.
I have one that I can just put in a box, and you can have it.
Elijah,
That's sweet.
Elijah, take Panic's Wii.
I will take your Wii. I want to see what's on that
What-
Wii.
What color Wii did you have? White,
Yeah, what color Wii do you have?
red, black.
Purple.
I don't know. I'd have to go
Wait.
look at it. I think it's white.
Is it discolored white?
No, it's been my
We're
kids'
not asking
Wii
what color
for-
it used to be. We're asking what
So-
color it is now.
It's still white. No, it was my girls. They don't play it, and it's either I go get $10 for it at freaking GameStop, or you pay the shipping and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm down.
So
We can go over
and
details later. But
I'll
yeah,
even
no.
send you my copy of Smash Bros.
Ooh,
It's a good deal.
Even though I could keep that and play that on my Wii U.
Here's the
you
thing.
can keep that and play it on your Wii U because I still have my childhood copy of Smash Bros. Brawl.
Oh well, then look, we can play together.
No,
Yeah,
you can't. No, you can't. That online service has been shut down.
We can
Answer.
find a way.
There's technically a way. However,
Yeah.
may I propose Project M?
I mean, I do have that downloaded on my computer already. I mean, Wii. I have it on my Wii.
Yeah, on your legitimate Wii. Yeah, and
My
Project
legit
you're
Wii.
not playing Project M, you're playing Brawl. Definitely not a modded version of
Yeah,
Smash Bros.
modifying games is a bad thing to do. Nintendo, don't sue me, please.
They're probably not going to hear this, to be honest.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
The ninjas are everywhere.
You don't
the
know that.
ninjas are
The
everywhere.
Nintendo ninjas are everywhere.
So
They're in your house. They're in your Wii.
They are literally inside of your Wii.
Are they like gremlins?
So
I don't know if I want that in my Wii.
you don't want a ninja in your Wii?
No, but if you take the
No.
ninjas out of your Wii, it will brick the system.
Oh, okay.
So your Wii will be bricked if there's no ninjas in it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay.
Anyways, what'd you do this week, Elijah?
My younger sister actually graduated high school this weekend, so I've been busy cleaning my house for her grad party, going to her graduation, then going to my best friend's grad party, who also graduated last weekend, and then my sister's grad party.
Oh, that's the sister that I
also-
thought might be my cousin.
No, different sister.
No, different,
Different
younger
sister.
younger sister,
Younger
not older sister.
Okay.
And then I also pressure washed everywhere.
A video game?
No, in real life.
Okay.
I do
So
enjoy
same-
the video game though.
The same experience, basically.
It actually, I enjoy it just as much as the game. I'm not gonna lie. I really like power washing.
I do. Yeah. I'm never.
I mean, I do too in real life. I don't like the game, but
I also very much like the
My
game.
name's Panic. I don't like simulator game. We get it. Wah.
I just
Hold
like
on,
the
time
little
out.
ding that it makes whenever I'm finished cleaning the things. And also Shrek's in the game.
Oh,
Shrek is in the game. You get to clean the
Shrek could
swamp.
be at your house. All
Shrek-
you have to do is throw Preston $5 and he'll dress up as Shrek and yell at you to
you
get the hell out of his swamp.
you overestimate how much I'll do it for. I'll do it for free. You just tell me to do it.
Yeah, so if somebody DM'd him to do that, he would do it.
I would do it. I wouldn't take money for that. I'm doing it for the love of the game.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's a movie I haven't heard about in a long time.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. You're talking to
another. That's another Kevin Costner reference, isn't it?
Yep. Listen,
Fair enough.
you
Yeah.
don't understand. You gave 2 theater kids access to a Twitch channel. You gave 2 people who were involved in high school theater or some form of theater program access to a Twitch
Yeah.
channel and then asked them to dress up as Shrek. You think
Did
we're
I
going to say
We're
no?
going to do it.
I expect to see your version of Wicked, except with Shrek and Donkey.
Donkey.
No, you guys don't understand. Listen. I don't think you were there for those streams, but when Wicked came out, about every 5 minutes during Marvel Rivals, I would go, and if you care to find me, look towards the western sky.
I don't think you understand. I really want to see Elijah dressed up like Donkey.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll
Bro,
do it. 100%.
bro's already a jackass. He's already halfway there.
Hey.
Uh,
Yeah, I just need a tail and ears, and we're there.
This is what our life is
So-
like.
So what's funny is I'm pretty sure that I know where Panic was trying to allude to with that question to Elijah, because something happened in the last week that the 3 of you guys are really excited about, or maybe not as excited now. I don't know, but you were really excited about it.
Oh, yeah.
You
The other
did-
thing I did this week.
You did miss out on the part of last week's podcast where Panic and I spent half of the podcast talking about the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh no, I didn't miss it. I just wasn't here for it.
Well, if I didn't see you, you weren't there.
I was listening in
He
my
just confirmed he
car
wasn't
on the
there.
ride home.
Gas, it's not you, it's me.
So
Yeah, I
mean,
guess the Nintendo Switch 2 is also a thing that I did last week.
yeah, I mean, we are a week in.
Yeah,
Your thoughts?
I really enjoy it. I am also extremely biased, but of all the complaints that people have had about it, I disagree with most of them, except for having to pay for the C button. That's stupid. I still think that's stupid. But my most played video game franchise of all time is Mario Kart. So having Mario Kart as a launch title kinda is all they really needed to do for me to like it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Panic,
But
have
I
you
also
played?
understand other people not liking it.
Have you played more of Mario Kart now? Because I know that your like review of it was kind of incomplete last week.
I have
played.
unlocked basically everything.
I have not. I have not. I played that little bit with you, Elijah, the one night, and then I did play with Weeb.
Okay.
A couple races. I think we did 4 races that night. Kind of hung out, did 4 races. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Like the more I play it, the more I'm enjoying it. Now, if I were to sit by myself and play it, probably not. But
yeah, it is a party game at the end of the day. It is intended for you to play with your friends. But I feel like this is the one with, besides Mario Kart DS, this is the one with the most single player stuff to do.
and I do see that.
I would argue it has more than DS.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it kind of pads what it has because open world you kind of have to drive to everything, but like I feel like they're comparable, which is crazy because Mario Kart DS was on the DS.
Yeah.
So-
Go ahead, guys.
I was just gonna say I haven't played it yet, but from like hearing you guys talk about it, like I really feel like that they've set this one up big time for like DLCs.
Oh, they 100% have.
Like there's so much room for expansion on this one. I think that's I don't know. I think that's kind of the big deal on it.
Yeah. And keeping in mind that I've mainly just watched a lot of Mario Kart World content, and I've only really got to play it the one time. We're fixing that, don't worry.
Yes.
One thing that's interesting about the cup system this time around is that the cups are not, here's 4 tracks based off of difficulty, right? Where like Mushroom Cup is the easy cup, right? Special Cup is the hard cup. Even though I do think Special Cup is still the hardest cup from what I've observed.
Yeah, they did a good job with that one. And they let you drive through Moo Moo Meadows.
Yeah, they do. They do let you drive through Moo Moo Meadows. Where every cup is biome based. So there is the Mushroom Cup is like the canyons going through cities, ending in Donkey Kong Spaceport, which is like, what if you turned a spaceport into original arcade Donkey Kong, right? There's an ice cup, right? It's not called the ice cup, but there's like every single one of them is an ice level, right? I think what'll be interested to see is, 1, if the DLC levels are incorporated into the rest of the world, and 2, how would they do that?
Yeah, and so I plan on playing more. To be honest, I may or may not be a little preoccupied with another game on Switch 2 as well. Now, the last couple nights I haven't been able to, the last couple of days, I haven't been able to do anything in the afternoons because I've had kids with me and things like that. Because I was supposed to collab with Weeb this week and do a Mario Kart Worlds collab, and we're still going to do that. I think we've got to figure out a day to do that. So we're still going to do that, but I just wasn't able to do it this week. But the nice thing about the Switch is I can move it wherever I want because it's portable. So I've been kind of preoccupied with Breath of the Wild with the new upgrades that have been done to it. So I'm playing it again after not touching it for about a year and a half. So I've been kind of focused on that one and really enjoying it.
So, real quick, my question for you is one of the things that in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct that they emphasized was the Zelda Notes app specifically. It seems like the Zelda Notes app, one, has new lore stuff with the new Zelda memories, but two, a lot of the Wii U features that were cut when they announced that it was going to be Wii U and Switch. Have you tested out those things, and are those features good? And for those who have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, what is Zelda Notes, and what are those features?
Okay, so Zelda Notes is like a little companion that they've put out for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. If you have the Nintendo Switch app on your phone, you can download the Zelda Notes app. Well, it's really an app within an app. It's like a little feature. You download it through the Nintendo app on your phone, and it pops up. I think it does bring back some of the Wii U stuff that was cut, but I think it does a couple other things. I think it does some of that stuff a little bit better this go round.
Yeah.
Like you said, you do have the Zelda memories thing. You have a global data that you can look at, as far as like your hours played. The amount of rupees you've collected throughout the whole game is set up right there.
Nice.
On your phone to look at the Korok seed shrines, the weapons you've collected. It basically breaks down every aspect of it, and it's a companion app to assist you in 100%ing the game.
Okay.
So it kind of goes back to like what we talked about last week with the Nintendo Power and like your guides that you used to get.
Yeah.
I think this is their attempt at like a guide / walkthrough without telling you what to do as far as storyline and like the linear part of the game. But you can pull up the map and you can actually filter that map. Like it'll show everything in the world that you're supposed to collect or you're supposed to complete. It'll show all that on that map, and it's just a jumbled mess, but you can turn and filter it by each individual item. Like you can filter it by Korok seeds. Well, the great thing about that is like it pops up all the Korok seeds that are on the map. But the nice thing is you can filter it to filter out the ones you've already got.
Oh,
so you can actually filter out the ones you've already found and do it as you go along. So then you know, okay, I don't have this one. Instead of it just being a jumbled mess and you're like, I think I got this one, but I'm not sure. And then you waste your time and go over to it.
Yeah.
But you can do that with towers. You can do that with the Korok seeds. You can do it with shrines. And I think that's you can do it with treasure chests.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can do it with just about every collection aspect of the game where you can filter through it. So, and I'm pretty sure your hidden, like your Easter egg outfits, like your armor, your specialty armor that you have to go find or you have to complete a quest for.
Oh, the free DLC.
Yeah, the free DLC stuff.
Yeah.
Because outside of the dark tunic, because that one you just got to go to what's his face?
Oh, Monster Parts guy.
Creighton or
Cretan.
Whatever his name is. Cretan, that's it.
Cretan.
That one you go to him and you got to trade in all this stuff to get it. But like you can get Majora's Mask. It tells you, like it shows you roughly where that's at to go get Majora's Mask, to go get the Hero of the Wilds uniform or the tunic, like just the different tunics, and armors, the barbarian armor, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to have that, because to be honest, when like playing it for the first time on the Switch and not having that, there was a lot of Google.
Oh yeah.
And I hate to be that guy, but there was like, crap, I've been looking for this for 4 days. It's time to suck it up and look it up.
Yeah, it sounds cool to me because I'm one of those people who it's like I want to try and complete a game as much as I can without a guide. I want to see if I can figure out things for myself for the most part. I think it's cool that it's like, hey, at least I think this is also just the design philosophy of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. You can have a map that says, here's where a Korok seed is at, but you still have to figure out how to get that Korok seed.
You do. It's a puzzle. And on top of that, the map is not 100% accurate. You may go to that spot and you think you're at the exact spot, but it's really like 200 yards away in another little section.
Okay.
Or it's hidden. It's not like, to the centimeter accurate as far as the map in game, but it gives you the general area, which, you walk up and, hey, there's a circle of rocks, but one is missing. That's odd, right? Well, what if I put another rock there? What happens? And then you get your, haha, you found me. Crap. But yeah, that guy. I did have to Google where the hell Hestu went after the first time because I forgot.
Yep.
Well, I forgot that. So when you first meeting between your first village, you can only upgrade twice, and then he leaves.
Yep.
So then you get 6 times when he's over at the river stable.
Yep.
Like the Riverside stable. So you get 6 times there, and then he leaves and goes somewhere else. But anyways, I've been enjoying it. The graphics, it wasn't like an over-the-top rendering, like redoing or reimagining of the graphics that were there. It's still the same graphics. They just the console itself just runs the game better. That it's more stable, it's more fluid, things load faster. So you don't get that you walk into an area and then a tree pops up.
Oh dang!
So it actually. No, like it actually loads up pretty quickly. Like you still get that the tree's off in the distance. You don't see it until you get a little bit closer to it. It kind of fades in. You still get that aspect of it, but it's 100% better as far as stable load time of the environment itself, everything around you. But I will say the big kicker that takes it over the top is the HDR.
Oh, tell me more. Tell me more.
With the Switch 2 having HDR capabilities, if you have a 4K HDR TV, it is so much more rich as far as color, with the vibrance. It's just beautiful. Like it's a clean, crisp look. The colors pop. You get the true green of the tunic.
Oh yeah.
Like you get that true Zelda green instead of that kind of, it's Zelda green, but it's got that kind of faded look to it.
Yeah.
Because it's a cell shade graphics. So yeah, but I've been playing that, and then that's really it. That's all I've done on my Switch is that for the last week. With a little bit of Mario Kart sprinkled in. I did play a little bit of Bravely Default Remake.
Ooh, yep.
And that's good. That's good. Like I'm going to sit down and actually play that, but I think I'm going to start it over, and I might do like a stream with that one. Cuz it's kind of a relaxed, cozy style, the JRPG where you can talk and it's turn-based.
Yeah.
And
the story.
The story's good.
I won't spoil, but there's a point in the story where you can be like, okay, we've seen this kind of idea before. We can kind of talk and goof around over this. without spoiling what happens in
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of the fun things, dude. I can't wait to get my hands on a Switch 2 for myself. It's not Elijah's.
I
Yeah,
told
he-
Gas. I
he-
told
he
Gas
tried.
today he needs to buy one, but not like immediately. Because I don't think we have any in stock in our area right now.
Ooh,
So, but no, eventually, like it'd be cool, for him to have one as well because Pokemon games are going to come out. There's going to be different games, co-op games come out.
yeah.
That'll be fun.
Have either of you tried Scarlet and Violet on the Switch 2 yet?
I was going to. Like, Scarlet is currently in my Switch 2. I just haven't done it yet.
It's fair.
I can tonight. Like I can load up Violet tonight.
I'm very curious to, in my hand, see that game running.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see it look like an actual game that was released in the last 10 years.
So, anyways, Gas. How does it feel to be me this time?
Oh, you're good.
I was just saying, how does it?
I'm the
Like when
least
y'all
Nintendo.
talk about, look, this is how I feel when y'all talk about other shit sometimes.
You're good. I don't dislike Nintendo. I'm just not like a fanboy like you guys are.
I'm the
I wouldn't say I'm a fanboy. Like I'm not like Elijah. I would say is a fanboy.
I am a fanboy.
I'm a fan who gets very angry at them.
I like some of the things they do, and then other aspects I'll just stick to PC.
I'm like a 5 or 6 out of 10 on them.
That's fair.
Okay, that's about where I'm at, Gas. Like here's the thing, Pokemon and Zelda are really the only two things Nintendo wise that I like. If a new one comes out, I want to play it.
Dude, you're missing
Mario.
out. Go talk.
Like I enjoy Mario. I enjoyed whatever Super Mario U or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about. The first one that they launched on 4 different systems.
Oh, New Super Mario.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
They launched
Super
it on.
Mario.
Yeah, they launched it on like 4 different systems. Super Mario 3D. I actually really enjoy that one. That one's fun. My wife and I play that one together.
Yeah.
I haven't played Odyssey. You've played Odyssey, Gas, so I don't know if I would enjoy that one or not. It looks fun, but
It was a lot of fun to play with my little girl.
that's what I'm saying.
Not Gas. Panic. Did you, growing up, enjoy Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine?
I didn't have a 64.
Okay.
I skipped the 64 in favor of
PlayStation.
the PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
It is not the get to the goal style of Mario game. It's more of the Banjo-Kazooie collectathon, explore and find collectible style of Mario game.
Okay. I mean, I don't have anything against Mario. Like I liked Mario as a kid.
Yeah.
Like Super Mario Brothers 3 is
Oh, that's a
my
classic.
favorite. It's my favorite, but I have probably a weird number 2
Say it.
Oh, yeah?
because Super Mario Brothers 2 is my second favorite Mario game.
Are we talking USA or USA or Japan Mario 2?
Yeah, there's two different ones.
The USA one.
The USA
Okay, so you really like Doki Doki Panic. Got it.
Doki Doki
Yeah.
Panic
Panic?
makes sense.
Crazy.
You said Doki Doki Panic.
Do you know what
that
that
is
is?
in fact what that game is called.
Do you know what that is? Doki Doki
Oh.
Panic.
No.
So Miyamoto in Japan for, I forget, it's some sort of other Japanese brand, designed a game called Doki Doki Panic, with 4 drastically different characters than Mario, as like a limited time release. But when they were making Super Mario Bros. 2, the actual Super Mario Bros. 2, in which we get like the first instance of the poison mushroom, they thought it would be too hard for people in the West to play. So what they did was, for the US version, they reskinned Doki Doki Panic and called it Mario 2. And so a lot of those enemies that are now like associated with Mario 2, like Birdo,
Yeah.
Shy Guy, all were from a different game franchise entirely to start.
Well, here's the thing. Like, do I think it's a great game? No. Does 8-year-old me enjoy playing it? Yes.
Now,
Because it was goofy.
now here's the thing.
It is very goofy.
Now here's the thing. I fuck with Mario 2, the US version. I love that game so much.
That's why it's my number 2. Like, that's the thing. That's why it's my number 2. It's not a nostalgia thing. It's like, I thoroughly enjoyed it myself. Now, I know other people hate it, but for me, I enjoyed it. Like, I loved playing it.
Yeah, I think people in the current day hate on that version of Mario 2 a little too much. I love it a lot. And also, Nintendo weirdly keeps, even for like Japan not having the context fully of us having that as Mario 2. I mean, I think a lot of people now with the internet in Japan probably know that, but like Mario 3D World, all of the character properties in that game are the Mario 2 US character properties. Toad is the fastest with the highest jump height. Luigi has the highest jump height, but is slippery. Mario has no weird properties. Peach is super slow, but she can float.
Yep.
Yeah, so always play as Luigi.
Always play as Luigi, unless you're me and you're the youngest of 6 and you were cucked into playing Blue Toad your entire life.
Yeah, bro just cannot jump. He does not know how.
And I got so good at platformers because of it.
I would always play Luigi. I was just like, I don't care if he's slippery. I want to be able to make the jump. I was also usually playing by myself, so in like 95% of the time I was Mario, but when I could, I would play as Luigi.
So you see, like, for me, Gas, the system I missed out on as a kid was the Sega. Like, I was always kind of jealous of the people that had Sega versus a Nintendo.
So
Because
I had a 64.
They got Sonic and all that.
I love Sonic.
We're Sonic sickos over here at PvE.
I had a 64 and I had a PlayStation. I didn't really do the Saturn, the Sega Saturn, or
Nope, not many people did.
or the Sega CD.
Nobody did that either.
And I had a Dreamcast, but it was basically just for the sports games because the 2K series was on it.
2K on Dreamcast though, so good.
So that system is what made me fall in love with NBA 2K.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The only game I ever played on Dreamcast was was it Sewer Shark?
I don't know that one.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to Google it.
I'm looking it up right now.
It's probably not what it's called.
It's called Sewer Shark.
Okay.
It's technically not a Dreamcast game though.
Was it Sega CD?
It's Sega CD game.
Okay, that's it. So no, I never even played on the Dreamcast. So I'm thinking Sega CD, which nobody played, and that game was terrible.
I am one of the rare people who, well, I wouldn't say rare people. I can say I've played on a Sega CD before, and I think there's a handful of games on that console, or add-on, lock-on technology, whatever you want to call it, that are actually good. Yeah. No. Why did Sega think that was a good idea to just, hey guys, in the cartridge slot, let's just
say this. The Dreamcast controller was the absolute worst thing that I've ever played on. I hated it.
I could go grab one right now. I actually agree with you on that. My brother, though, he's on the autism spectrum. It is his favorite console of all time. He has in his room, on his shelf, every single Sega Dreamcast game, both US and Japan, with
Wow.
every accessory that ever came out for the system.
It was like having a Switch in your hand,
Yes,
but
yes.
it was just a controller.
I would actually argue, take the Wii U gamepad, but take the screen off of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Gross.
It was so bad.
in terms of
Like,
quality,
and-
in terms of quality, how it feels. The only thing the Dreamcast controller has for it that not a lot of modern controllers do, but a lot of third-party controllers are starting to do, it was the first console manufacturer to use Hall effect sticks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but then you also had to have those like 8-track discs that you plugged into the controller as
Dude.
well for like the memory card.
dude. I think it's AMD. No, VMU, Virtual Memory Unit. The VMU.
Yeah.
That's the Tamagotchi.
It really was. It was the size of a Tamagotchi. That's a perfect like
Well,
comparison to it.
Some of them had screens though. Some of them.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. You could in Sonic Adventure 2, you could take your Chow out with you and use it like a Tamagotchi and then put it back in your game and its stats got raised. Not me using that feature last year.
Not do that.
Oh no, Elijah's first
Oh.
instant of breaking down because of his internet. Oh no.
What?
There we are. He's back.
There it is.
I'm back. What's
So-
up?
What did you say?
Oh, I was muted
Oh.
this whole time.
I said that's crazy. That's all.
God damn it. God damn it.
So
Panic was probably
We're
like,
professionals here.
Panic was probably like, yes, quite. And my with my Dreamcast knowledge, no, it's just nothing.
No, y'all brought up Tamagotchis, and I was pointing out that we bought my girls Tamagotchis like 6 years ago, and
yeah,
one
they
of
kind of
them.
made to come back.
Hold on, one of them sits on my nightstand and is still alive 6 years later.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah, I make
Hey.
sure to take care of it.
So, if it's all right with you guys, I want to switch to like a little bit more of a modern game.
Okay.
And there's two things on this. One, we got a huge announcement this week that I think that most of us are excited about. Maybe all of us.
I think Elijah's terrified.
And
Probably.
I also-
usually am.
I want to talk about something else first and just ask Elijah.
Yeah.
What your first impressions were of Grounded?
Oh, I thought it was super fun. I thought it was horrifying, but I thought it was super fun.
Well, so the good news is that you finally get to establish your dominance over
Ooh.
the Orb Weavers
Yay!
in Grounded 2, which we got the announcement of this week.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I'm horrified that they're putting more. They're probably going to put more spiders into it though.
No, they're not. They're putting in cockroaches and praying
I'm fine with
mantis.
cockroaches.
And scorpions.
And
Those are dope.
Scorpions.
I asked for scorpions the last time I played.
You did
I love
on your
scorpions.
first playthrough.
The map?
Scorpions.
The map is going to be 3 times the size of the backyard.
Whoa,
It's a public park
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
where an explosion
There's a-
happened.
There's an ice biome.
What?
The way they're doing the ice biome is that the explosion knocked over the ice cream truck at the event at the park, and so you're
Oh,
going
that's
through the
awesome.
ice cream biome.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So you get to hop around on popsicles and stuff like that.
It's so cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm pretty
But-
pumped about it.
That is amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys this because maybe it's just me and the level of neurodivergent I am. How many times did you guys watch the trailer?
I'm on number 6.
Okay.
I've watched it. I've watched
I'm
it
at
once.
4. I'm
Okay.
at 4.
So, Panic, Gas, tell me if you noticed the following things, and this is just off the top of the dome. Okay? 1. Auto turrets for bases.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
2. Magic classes from the start of the game.
And not only that, they actually made the ice staff like a viable thing.
A viable
it's
thing.
It's projectile, not just a spray.
Yep. Very excited about that. Did
That's
you?
the magic?
Oh, Elijah.
Yes.
Oh, dude. Okay, Elijah. Here's my pitch. For
We'll
you.
get there. We'll get there. I promise.
Yeah, it's kind of late game in Grounded 1.
And Grounded 1, it's the late game because it was one of the last things updated into the game. Was that Elijah? There is a traditional RPG class system because this is Obsidian we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Technically, you could be a rogue in this game.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. But the rogue in Grounded 2 is going to be even better because they're going to let you dual wield daggers.
I'm gonna do that.
And they actually have a stealth mechanic now, like a true actual stealth mechanic for the rogue.
Yeah, like you get like the surprise attack, like the back attack.
Yeah, sneak attack
bonus.
Sneak attack bonus. Let's go.
Yeah, sneak attack bonus.
So Elijah's favorite D&D class is rogue.
My favorite anything class is rogue.
So fair.
That's my favorite social class.
Is rogue?
Yeah.
Rogue. That's also his favorite Star Wars movie, Rogue One.
I do really like Rogue One, actually. It's not my favorite Star Wars movie, but I do really like Rogue One.
It's good. It's really good. It's the better of the Star Wars stories.
Oh yeah,
it's the best Disney era movie.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, we've already talked about it on a podcast that doesn't exist anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, so you didn't talk about it. If I didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Well, no one
we
saw
can play it for you. We have it.
It does not work. It's half of it is gone.
It's just terrible.
Half of
It
it
sounds like half of it's gone.
Uh,
So only half of it happened.
So okay, hold on. I do want to bring something up, mainly because we've already talked about Grounded 2, and Grounded 2 looks amazing. It seems like they're adding in way more story content. The map's 3 times bigger, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How the fuck is Obsidian releasing 3 games this year?
They're the goats, man.
Yeah, they go.
I know they're my goats, and anybody who's listened to our podcast, anybody who's listened to our stream, anybody who's seen me breathe knows that Obsidian's one of my favorite studios of all time.
Anybody who's listening to Preston's thoughts right now knows.
Let's change this up. Grounded, they actually got help.
Yeah, dude, they have Eidos Montreal. What the hell?
So, like, I would say that that's a big part of it, right?
I would agree. For the other 2 in here, do you guys know what studio Eidos Montreal is?
No.
So Eidos.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Huh? Eidos was British. Montreal's their Canadian studio, right? You might know them for things like Deus Ex, the Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out that was reviewed really well, that didn't sell really well. All of the modern Tomb Raider games. Like, that's that studio. And they are now the co-developers of Grounded 2.
Okay, time out. I need you to repeat that first word, like the first part of that.
Deus Ex.
What kind of sex?
Deus Ex.
Fair.
Deus space X. Dude, Panic, if you made that joke around Josh right now, Eeyore would not sound sad. He would sound mad. he
Oh bother.
Oh bother.
Oh bother.
Dude, Josh. So there's the genre that Deus Ex is, and like Thief, and the Deus Ex games that aren't made by the regular Eidos, but made by Eidos Montreal. They're called immersive sims. There's a couple other studios that also do immersive sims. If you ever played Dishonored. Those games
If you've ever played Crap.
Yeah, if you've ever played Crap, it's probably
Is that a lot like the stuff that y'all do?
Yeah, Crap and stuff. Yeah,
Crap and stuff.
Deus Ex it's called an immersive sim. So like if you ever played Dishonored, if you ever played Deathloop, it's those games where it's not technically open world, or like Hitman, where the game gives you an objective and says, figure it out in a mid to small size environment. And basically says, inside of this open environment, you have the tools to either get your target or steal the thing and escape. That's the genre it's in, but then also they're really good at storytelling in small open environments, which is why I'm very excited that they're helping out with Grounded 2.
Would it be fair to say that the immersive sims give you freedom of choice but not freedom of result?
It also can give you freedom of result too.
Okay.
Depending on the game. I would say Deus Ex is an example of freedom of result as well. Freedom of choice and freedom of result. So you have this idea of I'll use Deus Ex as a good example because it's the pioneer of the genre. Deus Ex, you can play the entire game pacifist if you want to. You can go through the entire game and not kill a single thing and complete the entire game. Or you can gun down and kill every single person, and those choices and those decisions will influence the story as well. How you choose to complete objectives versus here's a dialogue option that takes me down a tree to a different story path. It is even your gameplay choices matter in determining what direction the story goes.
Okay.
Which I'm interested to see if Eidos Montreal also does that with Grounded 2 of, hey, your choices on how you complete objectives, how you explore the town park will affect the story a little bit. And maybe dialogue choices, or maybe what bugs spawn where.
Well, I mean, Grounded 1 kind of does that.
Yeah, it does that a little bit.
Because there's not after the first lab, there's not really a particular order that you have to do.
Yeah.
The next 4 labs. So, there's a little bit of a, when you can make different decisions, ultimately you're going to, do all of them.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do them in a particular order.
Let's go. Do you want to hear my pie in the sky I hope for Grounded 2?
Yeah.
One of my favorite things, and this is in a completely different genre, but one of my favorite platformers and action games of all time is Mega Man X.
Okay.
In Mega Man X, unlike the other classic Mega Man games, when you defeat one of the Mavericks / Robot Masters, whatever you do when you beat them will affect another level in the game.
That's fair.
I really think it would be really cool if the same kind of after you beat the first lab in Grounded, you can kind of do the other labs in whatever order you want. I think it's the next 4 labs. It's whatever order you want.
Yeah.
What if the park environment changes depending on what lab you beat first? If there are labs. We don't know what the dungeon system's going to be in this game yet.
It does that in Grounded 1. Depending on which one you do.
I'm aware of that, but to an even greater extent than what Grounded 1 does already.
Yeah. I gotta step away for a second. I'm about to take a look. I gotta take a look.
Go, everyone, say bye, girl. Bye, go piss, girl. Bye, girl.
Bye,
Bye, girl.
But for example, what if something you do inside the ice cream truck dungeon blows it up, and now more of the environment around the ice cream truck is all ice and ice cream?
That'd be really cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh no! Well, one of the environments they said was in the anthill, the main anthill in this game. Someone was pouring chemicals down it, so there are no ants down there. Only cockroaches inside the anthill.
Oh, that's really cool.
What if once you do that, all of a sudden some of the radiation starts gooping out to other parts of the yard? Just like things like that. I love Obsidian. It's not the only Obsidian game that this Xbox showcase really got me excited for. I think we were all expecting Outer Worlds 2 to be shown off. Grounded 2, man, I wish I was live streaming my reactions for that, because the way I lost it when I saw that Grounded 2 was getting announced.
I can imagine.
Just panic and gas. Remember my reaction to Grounded 2 getting announced out of nowhere?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you instantly sent us a message, and I shared in your joy.
I wish
So did I.
I wish I was streaming in that moment because both of my biggest pop-offs for Summer Games Fest / Summer Games Fest adjacent things were the 2 streams that we didn't do. And
I still need to get caught up on everything that was announced. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I don't think we're going to end up covering it on our podcast specifically because we're taking this week off. We're both busy and tired. Elijah has last week of classes and all of that for this semester in the next week and a half. Finals and all those things. But like, on one hand, my love of Grounded, Obsidian, I love myself a open world or zone and survival games is on one hand. But at the PlayStation Showcase, we got a Marvel fighting game, baby.
Yeah.
We got a new
I was there for his reaction to that.
We got a new Marvel fighting game, and Capcom's not doing it.
Which is crazy.
I believe my words were, and Elijah, you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's Arc System Works. That's cool. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Is this Marvel?
It was something like that.
Something along those lines.
Something along those lines. And then he was just freaking out. I'm like, what is going on? Because I'm driving.
He's driving to pre-order his Switch 2.
And he's just like, he's popping off. He's like, whoa, this is so cool. I'm like, yeah, I bet.
So, my question for you. So, I talked about Preston versus Elijah, the origin of the name, but also part of the inspiration is Elijah and I both like, on a casual level, fighting games.
Yes.
How much do you guys know about the history of Marvel vs. Capcom and how big of a deal this is that Capcom's not doing a Marvel fighting game?
I'm not really big on the fighting games, so
That's fair.
I'm about the same as Gas. I don't know. Injustice is honestly the last fighting style game I played.
All right.
I think the last one that I played was the Mortal Kombat for PlayStation 3.
Oh, the reboot? That's a good one, though.
Yeah.
That's a good one, though. All right,
The last one I played was Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate 3.
So, all right, let me paint the scene for you guys. Since the 1990s, almost exclusively, Capcom has owned the rights and has renewed the rights to basically be the exclusive maker of most X-Men and Marvel arcade games, with the exception of, I think, one, which there's a X-Men arcade beat 'em up that was made by, like, Konami. Capcom has a little bit of a renaissance in its fighting games in, like, the late early 2000s. So, like, starting, like, 2008. They bring back Street Fighter. It's the first new Street Fighter in, like, I think about a decade at that point. They do a new Marvel vs. Capcom. The first version of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is not that good, so they basically rework it. They release a new version. It's called Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. One of the most beloved fighting games of all time. They re-release.
It's my favorite.
They re-release it 3 times. It's that popular.
I love that game.
It's that Street Fighter 4 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is like the renaissance and the rebirth of a lot of the modern fighting game community that's now on Twitch. Like, it starts with them doing tournaments, and now most of those big fighting game guys are the fighting game streamers. It's the Maximilian dudes, it's the Justin Wongs, it's like all of those guys are like the modern Twitch fighting game community on Twitch. And then
Gotcha.
And then Disney buys Marvel and says, you have to make an MCU style Marvel vs. Capcom game, and it's pretty shitty.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Meanwhile, Capcom in their fighting game division is kind of ass. Street Fighter V wasn't well received. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is the sequel follow-up to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 comes out. It's kind of shit. But then, at the same time, weirdly enough, there's a new-ish, new relatively speaking, fighting game company, very well known in Japan, but it's finally starting to make their break out into America. One of their first breakout hits is one of, like, in a niche sense, was their fighting game series. They have two. It's called Blaze Blue, and then they have Guilty Gear. And, like, in the fighting game community, people are fucking with it. Like, it's very fun. Back in the day, they had this, like, very anime, really well animated pixel style. But then, out of nowhere, they announced that they're making a fighting game spinoff for a franchise that is now becoming popular in the US. That's a Japanese franchise. Anybody want to take a wild shot of what JRPG franchise they ended up making a fighting game out of?
Pokemon.
Nope.
Persona.
Correct.
Which one?
Persona 4, specifically. The one that... Persona...
Not me.
Yeah. Persona 4 Arena is technically a Persona 4 game, but it's a Persona 4 and a Persona 3 crossover game, where a lot of the characters who are still living are the main fighting characters that you play as.
Wait, they're all dead?
No, okay. So spoilers for Persona 3, like half the cast dies in the middle of the story.
Happens.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you who, but like at least 3 of your party members you will not see at the end of the game.
So Carl dies.
Yeah, it's Carl, guys. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
It's Carl.
Walking Dead.
Ah.
It's Carl Bocephus Winslow, Elijah. You get that shit in your brain and you remember it.
Yep, because he will be coming back.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen the show.
Okay.
Carl Bocephus Winslow the Fourth.
Okay, now Elijah, you're not getting another joke that you will get one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
One day during our grounded stream, which you can find on our respective Twitch channels this Friday.
Yes.
Ooh, fancy. So Arc System Works is making some of these amazing fighting games. They make 2 Persona fighting games. They reboot Guilty Gear to Guilty Gear Strive, which is still a fighting game that is played to this day. But one of the things that people didn't see coming was they ended up getting the rights from Bandai Namco and from Shueisha and from Toei to do a Dragon Ball Z traditional fighting game called Dragon Ball Fighters. And it's essentially a clone of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 with Dragon Ball mechanics weaved into the game. And it is one of the most beloved fighting games of all time now. So they essentially proved that they could do Marvel vs. Capcom, that style of fighting game, which is called a tag fighter, better than Capcom, who actively was failing at making tag fighters with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So it's not a shock, but also a shock that essentially the new fighting game that they're making is a spiritual successor to Marvel vs. Capcom without the Capcom characters, made by Arc System Works, but instead let's make all of the Marvel characters look anime as hell. That is, in the world of the fighting game community, that is the big upset right now. People like big streamer and YouTuber Maximilian Dude are distraught, but also really hyped. Distraught because that means no more Marvel vs. Capcom probably ever.
Which sucks.
But also, Arc System Works gets a Marvel fighting game.
Which doesn't suck.
Which doesn't suck. We're in a weird realm of fighting games right now because not a lot of people like the new Mortal Kombat. Tekken is hit or miss with people. Street Fighter 6 is hit or miss with people, but is doing the most successful out of all of them. And then Arc's...
Oh, bother.
Yeah, right?
Oh, bother.
But then, like, you have all of these third, like, these, like, new school fighting game companies coming in, and, like, all of their fighting games are bangers right now. Then, I think over the weekend, we got 2 new fighting games from what started off as niche developers that are now getting pretty prominent, and we're getting a League of Legends fighting game most likely by the end of this year. Done by a bunch of people from the fighting game community.
So what I'm hearing in all of this
Yeah.
is Grounded 2 is going to be amazing.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, no, and sorry. That's look. All of you should know by now, out there watching or listening, I tend to doze off on game talk. To be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
not because I don't like it. I just don't have enough knowledge to contribute.
This was me giving you the knowledge for future reference.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
The bad thing is, even giving it to me like you are, I still won't remember because my ADHD took over.
So do you want me to give you
That's fair.
do you want me to give you a TLDR?
No, I don't even know what that means. I
Too-
just go with it when you
Read.
put it in there.
Too long didn't read.
We're getting some pretty cool fighting games from
Oh.
people that
Oh,
are
yeah.
in like a niche market that's doing a good job, and now they're getting a chance to fix the fighting game market, which I think would be awesome because, you know, I did enjoy like Killer Instinct and Killer Instinct Gold
Here's the
and
thing.
the old
Here's the
Mortal
thing.
Kombats.
The Invincible fighting game that just got announced. Guess who the devs are for
Is that the Killer Instinct
it's
people?
It's the Killer Instinct people.
Oh, that's sick.
I think out of all the games that are gonna out of all the fighting games that got announced, that's the one that's gonna mechanically make the most sense to you because it's the Killer Instinct team.
I think the one that you said is going to make the most sense to me is the League of Legends one because it has similar to Smash Bros. Controls.
It's half
for
fighting
certain
game.
characters.
It's half circle tilt controls and half smash controls, so it's not going to have the full. It's actually going to be, from what people have played, halfway between Smash, a traditional fighter, and Injustice.
Okay.
I can do that.
Yeah. But don't be surprised if the new Marvel fighting game, which is called Fighting Souls, if that game becomes the Marvel rivals of fighting games. Where a lot of
Yeah.
people who are turned off by fighting games end up loving fighting games because Arc System Works makes really good entry-level fighting games that end up having a lot of depth.
Yeah.
So that's
Makes sense.
That's the TLDR.
Perfect. That's exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah. So, but I mean, a lot of fun game stuff. Elijah and I got to be official Summer Games Fest co-streamers. When I say Elijah and I mean I replaced Elijah with Eeyore because he was at his sister's graduation.
Yeah, I was
That's fair.
busy.
That was fun. Trying to think if there's anything cool announced at Summer Games Fest that you guys would care about.
No, but there is one thing that I do care about. And I think it's time for you to not talk for a little while. And
hey, you said I'm taking over. I'm taking the fuck over.
We let Elijah do a little bit of talking. And
Ooh, my
Elijah, there's a stream that y'all are doing coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend, and it's to celebrate somebody. But if goals are met and, you know, it goes the way that you hope it does, you get to do something that is going to be a lot of fun
Not many people get the opportunity to do it.
and permanent.
It's very it's very permanent. So if we hypothetically if we hit certain goals during Preston's birthday subathon, in a next weekend,
Next
Yeah, the
Saturday.
21st,
Next Saturday.
the
in
next
10 days.
Saturday and
starting at 1
beyond.
p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, it can't. It luckily I have a thing that I have to do a certain amount of days after that, so it can't be uncapped. But basically, if we hit certain goals, I get to tattoo Preston's ass
With
with
what?
with our little guys that we our little stream beans.
That you see on screen right now.
Yeah, these little guys. Which disclaimer, I did not draw these.
So
I just tried to draw one. It
Why don't
did not
you-
end well.
why don't you elaborate on which string beans that you get to tattoo?
Let me
Pull up.
pull up the exact
It's on your phone. It's on your phone. Run.
like hold on. Let me just search the word tattoo in my text. It's probably easier.
No, look at your photos in your text thread because it's a PNG.
Okay, I found it. Okay. Where does the tattoo? Okay. So if we add 24 hours to our timer, which will already start at 24 hours, so if we hit 48 hours total, we buy a tattoo gun and tattoo Preston's little stream bean onto his ass. If we get to 27 hours added, we tattoo my little stream bean in addition to Preston's little stream bean. 30 hours added, we add Kai's stream bean to that. And then 33 hours added, we add Panic and Gas to the ass.
We get our own cheek too.
Yeah, they get their own cheek.
And oh yeah, you get your own cheek, obviously. Separate cheeks. And then 36 hours added, Preston will get a night shift tramp stamp drawn by me.
Which is going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I'm an artist. I've drawn things. Probably.
What I really
Maybe.
want, what I really want to happen with the night shift tattoo is I needed to be a lot like the guy that got the regrets.
No
tattoo.
regrets. No regrets.
Spell it wrong.
Yep. So I needed to say the night shaft.
The night shaft.
The night shaft.
the night shaft.
Okay, KNIGHT.
Perfect.
Okay. And then just put the are we doing diamond logo here? I'm just practicing. I'm practicing.
You can do whatever.
Yes.
It's artist
Listen,
choice. Artist choice.
We'll work on the semantics of it later.
But
Okay.
Yeah. So, but no, really, Preston, you'll be like 28, 29?
28. Yeah.
So 28. That's awesome. I remember that day. 12 years ago. But no, I mean, it is exciting.
7 years.
So, I mean, it's going to be a fun stream. Like, you've got a lot of good stuff lined up. I think we all kind of workshopped an idea today that.
Oh, Elijah, we have quick. Hold on, guys. Sorry to interrupt. Panic. Elijah, we need to do a meeting right now.
Oh yeah.
We need to do. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
So-
I know you're on our podcast right now, but
yeah, I know. I know you guys are on
we'll
our
give you a minute.
podcast right now, but we need to do a production meeting. This is a
Fair
regular.
enough.
This is a regular segment on our podcast. It's now invading this one. Production meeting.
Production meeting.
So Elijah, remember that idea of us playing backyard baseball where we are the toxic coaches yelling at the kids?
Yeah, I remember that.
So what if instead we're the kids and we bring them into the stream and they're the toxic dads yelling at us?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, great. Hey guys, we're back.
I just want to play baseball.
Yeah, we're back from our production meeting. We have confirmed that Panic is a toxic father.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, Elijah, you're going to get to experience what it's like to be coached by me. And if you ask my children, they'll say it's great and terrible at the same time, and also
I am very
terrifying.
excited about that. I have been known to be very coachable. However, I can turn that off.
So I just want to add one thing because I finally made it to the bottom of the Rona show that Preston sent us.
Oh,
And it says extra things to note: smoke, gas, and eat grass.
I do these to make sure you read them.
I finally made it.
Did you read the big peepee, small peepee this week?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to read?
Apparently, this week's big PP is Panic.
Yep. Panic has the
Who's
big
the small
peepee this
peepee?
week.
who's
Oh,
smoking.
sweet. I did something in my life for once.
Panic gets a big
Um,
PP. So for those who don't know, which is most people, every week I throw in a bonus if they shameless plug for me. They have a big PP comment inside the runner show, and if they don't, they have a small PP.
Yeah, we've did a pretty good job at like alternating it week
Yeah.
to week too.
Yeah, so you guys are
yeah, we
switching.
have.
You guys are switching on who has the PP.
So,
They're just passing the PP back and forth.
We might make a trophy for it for each week.
The
I'll,
PP
I'll
trophy?
throw it on stream. I'll throw it on
Yeah.
yeah, we might do that. Another thing we got coming up that I want to talk about real quick within the community, because this is the Night Shift community. We do have the NS funniest clips that are happening. We'll be posting that soon. We've got to do the finalization on some things to make sure that it is of the quality that y'all expect from the socials and content team. But I'm excited about it. It's going to be a fun little contest, like a mini event that's going to keep going within the community. That's going to highlight people that have been posting in the clip submission channel. We honestly, there's been so many. It's just one of those. We had to find a way to be able to get those out there. And in what way we could do that, and we thought this would be a fun way to do that. To just kind of highlight people that take the time to do edits, to clip their streams, or people that clip their streams for them, funny moments, and share personalities that sometimes we'll miss them. Like those streams, we may be in other streams of yours, but this particular one, a lot of people might miss because we do have a large community. So it's nice to see those, and it's going to be fun. And the winner, what do we say? The winner, like every quarter?
It's like once every quarter.
Something like that?
Once every season. So one for the fall, one for the spring, one for winter, one for summer.
Okay. And like though we're still workshopping like ideas on what that prize is going to be.
Now,
But we've got some ideas.
production meeting.
Like a
Production meeting.
yeah.
Okay,
Let's go.
Okay, production meeting. Gas, you can be in this one too. Production meeting.
Okay.
Okay, so hear me out. What if they get a special role with a special badge?
Okay.
And they get a shirt
Okay.
that says, I won the Night Shift's funniest clip contest, and all I got was the stupid t-shirt.
I think that's a great prize.
Yeah.
And it's free merch.
They get
Yeah.
they get exclusive merch.
Yeah. And they don't even have to wear it. Like they could put it up on the wall behind them during their streams.
Yeah, that's a great
I feel
idea.
like "could" is the wrong word there. They should put it up behind
Like
them.
Or hear me out. If that's the case, why don't we don't offer
a canvas?
Yes, exactly.
A
We don't
canvas.
offer canvas prints right now. They can have exclusive Night Shift canvas.
Yeah.
That says
I
I
like it.
won this and all I got's the stupid
The
canvas.
canvas. All I got was the stupid canvas, and very small on there is the trophy. Not
Yeah.
even a big it's not even the feature
Yeah.
point of that. It's like
Just a small trophy.
a small trophy.
I'm good.
The trophy just says "You won," I guess.
But one is like UONE, I guess.
I spelled
Yeah.
like EYE.
Yep.
Yeah. That. Oh, I like it. Yeah. Let's do. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Works.
Oh, okay. I know we're not supposed to be looking at chat, but the producer in me is doing this. Gopher, hear me out. Let them put a Fraser logo of their choice on the canvas alongside everything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like that.
I.e.
Good way to fill in. Gopher on the production meeting.
Gopher, thank you for coming.
Good
to the
ideas. We like it.
Thank you for coming to the
Thank you
production meeting.
thank you for coming to our production meeting.
Okay.
I actually do like that idea.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It personalizes it for that person as well.
Yeah. So,
So
if someone wants Nurse Nancy on there,
very
We can
true.
put Nurse Nate. Yeah.
Anyways, okay. Elijah, you're gonna have to bear with us for this last little part. We do have a little bit of an announcement. Gas and I do.
Like an
Gas, do you want to start it off and then we'll.
So, something that Panic and I have been bouncing back and forth for a little while now. And by bouncing back and forth, I mean thinking about it individually and not really talking about it together. But oddly enough, we kind of had the same idea, and we just finally talked about it. Taking a little bit of inspiration from the Preston Vs Elijah channel, we are going to start our own duo channel.
Woo!
And it will be called the GP Playhouse. So if you search on Twitch now, it's GP Playhouse. If you want to go ahead and follow it, you'll be able to catch the first stream with your notification within Twitch. But it's going to be a little bit of a different concept. We've got to iron some stuff out. But that being said, Panic, do you want to take it from there?
Where are we going with this? The fact that, so one big thing about that is our individual channels will be going away. As far as streaming wise, so it will not be like we won't be streaming on our individual channels anymore. We'll be streaming as GP Playhouse. One other thing, we have been looking at feedback and kind of listening to things over the last week or so regarding the Two Dads One Tub podcast. So we are going to make some changes with that. The Two Dads One Tub podcast is going to be leaving the Night Shift Community Twitch channel and moving over to the GP Playhouse channel on Wednesday nights. Now, that's not a, hey, we're taking it away from the community or anything like that. We just feel it might be best to pull that from calling it the Night Shift Community Podcast, because we understand that we're not for everybody. And
it can be a little edgy.
We can be a little bit edgy. At least this way, if something happens, I don't think anything will, but you never know. Something happens and, something is said. It no longer reflects on the Night Shift community as the community podcast. Now, that doesn't mean we're not gonna promote our community that we love so much. We are still gonna promote that within here, but it's gonna be us promoting the Night Shift and not the Night Shift promoting us. So we're still gonna have community members come on and hang out with us. We're gonna get to know them. One of the biggest things when we started out with the Streamer Journey podcast, and while they're good in their own right, like people enjoyed them. The problem with those for us is it just wasn't us. Like, we love to spotlight people, but our way of spotlighting somebody in the community, it's great to understand where they came from and why they started streaming. That's awesome. But the thing is, we wanted people to get to know the individual as a person, to see their personality, to come in, hang out, just have a conversation, talk about video games, talk about passions, talk about things in their life, tell us stories, just kind of give us a glimpse of who they are outside of their stream. And we were able to experience that with all of our guests so far. And it'll be a guest every other week. We're going to keep that the same. It's just easier for scheduling and all that and getting things prepped moving forward on that one. So we just thought it was best to kind of move away from the Night Shift Community Twitch channel and save the Twitch channel. We do have some things that we are in the works of, like we're workshopping as we speak right now. A bunch of us together. We've got some things coming up that the community channel will be used for.
Town
i.e.
halls.
town halls, community game nights, workshops. Although I don't know if we'll actually do the workshops on the Twitch channel. We might actually do those within the Discord, record them, and we've got some ideas for those as well. But we've got some things we've got to hash out on that side of things. But just know there's some things coming soon that we're gonna address, and we're gonna get with our with our partners in this and discuss it and get a plan in place that's going to benefit everyone. So we wanted to announce that at the end of this podcast, that we will be moving over to the GP Playhouse for the podcast on Wednesday nights.
Starting next week.
Starting next week, it's going to be the same thing. Every week we are, every other week we're going to have a guest. You're going to get to know that guest. You're going to get to hear that guest's personality. You're going to see that guest's personality and get to know that person as an individual away from just streaming. Because yes, while we're all streamers, we're all actually people as well, and we have stuff going on outside that we enjoy talking about. So it might be a little bit different format than what we're seeing the last few episodes, but we are gonna, try to stay true to that spotlight of sorts. But it's going to be pretty much the same humor that you're getting. I may work on getting a little better. Probably not.
No.
Sorry, I can't
You're
help
not.
it.
Just be you, man. I just want us to
I'm
have
going to be
fun.
myself.
Yeah, we just
But we've looked at the feedback. We just feel that this might be the best route to take. And it's not a negative towards the community. It's not a negative towards us. It's just we feel that it's the best move for both sides, to protect both sides. Mainly to protect the community. So that way, if I do something dumb, nobody else gets blamed for it but me.
and
Yeah, so if my little bean there starts twerking on the screen,
That's my fault, actually. That one's me. I animated that. I wanted all of you to see a Stream Bean's ass. Speaking of seeing a Stream Bean's ass, that will be relevant in the next few days.
But no, in all seriousness, we had at one point talked about this, and we just kind of pulled away from that idea. And then we reached out for feedback on things, and we got that feedback, and it ultimately came back to that thought process.
Yeah.
So
plus it gives us a chance to do a fresh new idea on some content that we have come up with.
Yeah, it does. So we're pretty excited about it. We're pumped. It's gonna be different. We are not going to be PNG tubers. I'm going to tell you that right now. Occasionally you will see these PNGs every once in a while, especially like if we're doing an event. Like if you see us on Preston and Elijah's streams, we will use our PNGs because that is their style. But if Preston and Elijah ever come to our stream, they have to use their cameras.
Joke's on you, I don't have a camera. Haha.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
I will give you.
We can make that work.
I can give you a, because I'm not afraid to show myself. I will give you a picture.
Obviously, you've posted pictures.
Yeah. I will give you a picture of me that is a static image, so I can be there.
We'll just put it up.
And just put it up in spirit.
He just wants to Pooh Bear really bad.
Yeah, dude. I love. I'm Pooh Bearing right now.
So
I actually
anyways-
put on pants just for the podcast. I'm taking them off once we're done.
So anyways, I mean, that,
I like
that
how
was
you
the announcement.
take it serious.
It's going to be, we're excited, mainly for the move to a duo channel, to just a team. So Gas and I are excited about that. I mean, to be honest, we already streamed together anyways.
Yeah.
So
It's
might
just
as
a
well
new
make
kind
it
of-
on
it's a
make
new
it
kind
on
of
one
content.
screen.
Elijah, get a load of these freeloaders taking our shtick.
Dang.
Hey.
Elijah rarely wear. Josh, I feel like you can't confirm that.
No, he can.
Um,
He's in your walls. Eeyore is in
He's
your
rubbing
wall.
he's rubbing your thighs right now, Elijah. We all know this.
This guy lived in the same room as me. He should know that I don't take my pants off even when I'm sleeping.
That's a little weird.
I actually do not take my pants off unless I am showering.
I can confirm that.
So yeah,
I would-
So
I would hope that you take your pants off in the shower.
yeah.
Yeah, that's where I wear my swim trunks.
So
That's what
hold
those
on, nope,
are
hold
And
on,
flip-flops.
time out. So
Do you have
hold
shower
on.
shoes?
No,
Hold on,
no,
time
that makes
out.
the waffle stomping harder.
Look, the only thing that we established in this little bit of conversation right there is the only time he takes off his pants is to get in the shower. So
He shits his
you-
pants.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
shits his
yeah,
pants.
You shit your pants.
Yes, I shit my pants. I shit my pants. That's why I need to shower. I
All
shower.
our cool kids.
I
are shitting
shower
their
every
pants.
time I shit.
Oh god.
That makes sense. Yeah, you got to
I-
get out of the pants.
See,
Okay.
see, 'cause I only shit in the shower.
God. I don't
To
know.
bring it back
Hold on.
I
hold
knew
on.
a guy that did
hold-
that once.
hold
and it's-
on.
to
Why did when you said suddenly shit, I started thinking suddenly shitter.
so
Why are you going to the Little Shop of Horrors reference?
Because I was a theater kid. We
And-
established
and
this.
look,
Ah!
Hold on, time out. I just blew your mind that I knew what the fuck that was from, didn't I?
No, you didn't because that movie, the movie version of it is fucking awesome.
No, I played that shit in the marching band in middle school.
Oh
so
hell yeah, hell yeah! See that also doesn't. I knew you were a band kid. I know you play the tromboner.
that's right.
Oh,
Boners
you
rule.
trombone.
so to bring it back
Okay,
for those
back,
of you
back
that,
to
for those of you that are in the chat, we appreciate you for hanging out with us tonight.
yes.
But just know that we have to start our affiliate grind all over again because we're not renaming either one of our channels. We started a new channel completely. So we would appreciate it if you showed up for our first stream, which we hope is going to be this Friday. That's our plan. And and let's kick it off. Let's try to get affiliate in 4 streams.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And here's the deal: if it happens, we're gonna celebrate y'all, not ourselves.
Right.
So because that's what the night shift does is we celebrate, and that's what we're working to get back to. So I'm excited about it. I hope to see y'all there. I hope you'll give us a follow. It's something that we had both thought about, like Gas said, privately. And to be honest, I had discussed it with Preston at one time. Just Preston and I talking about doing it, and we
I had also
never
discussed it with Preston.
No, I
never once said anything to each other, and Preston never said anything to us. So,
listen. Did
um,
I parent trap you into this idea?
probably?
Who's to say?
Maybe.
I
maybe.
didn't
So-
on purpose, but I accidentally parent trapped you into this idea.
So the big thing is, we want to remind you that, we're going to record this Wednesday nights at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's no longer going to be on the Night Shift Community Twitch page. It's going to be on the GP Playhouse. The link is in the chat there. So we will be recording live there still. And every Friday, like always, it is going to come out at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Apple, Spotify, Bean Pickle, all those other weird apps. One thing we are also going to do is we are going to separate merch stores. And that's not that's just to separate it and give it a little bit of a separation so you can go and look at specific merch. It's not all jumbled together into one thing. So the NS store is available. We will be making some. That's another thing that we probably should kind of talk about. We are going to what the fashion industry. What do they call that, Preston?
A style guide, but
it's a style guide.
Yeah.
But in the media side of things, you call it a brand kit. We're not branding the night shift. Like, there's no branding happening. There's none of that. All we did was we made another logo just for merch that fits better
merch
onto a t-shirt or onto a hat that is a little bit cleaner, that's a little bit quicker. We're hoping it'll be quicker when it comes out of the store as they make it, because it is all made to order pretty much. Because that's how Fourth Wall does it. Remember, leave us 5 stars. Tell people we saved your marriage. Tell people we blew up your marriage. Tell people that we cooked you dinner one time and it was just okay. And we did it just in aprons.
And pants.
So
for Elijah, and pants.
Hey,
I was
Elijah
only
wore
wearing pants, actually. I skipped the apron.
it's a real played up experience there.
Yeah. Well, no, if we were doing play it up, I would have been full cat made, but
Yeah. So,
you know,
just for those that don't know, what is y'all's Twitch channel?
Oh, well,
oh,
Elijah, go for it.
even though it's not plastered everywhere.
Right.
we run a Twitch channel called Preston Vs Elijah. It's just like we do stuff.
We do stuff.
That's
You know?
right.
We do stuff.
Yep.
Come
That is
check it out. Check us out.
That is a trademark Panic phrase for them.
Yes, yeah. Panic.
Go watch
Yeah.
Preston versus Elijah. They do stuff.
Yeah, and
Yes, we
coming
actually
up.
just hired a marketing consultant.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
Me. Also,
As we were saying, going forward, you can find Panic and myself on the GP Playhouse channel. We appreciate you guys for hanging out tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much. As always, rub-a-dub-dub.
Thanks for hanging in the tub.
PvE rules by.
Night shift blues, so we fire up the stream. 2 dads raising hell, chasing whiskey dreams. Soap suds spilling like some midnight truth. Talking live from the tub, don't need no booth. 2 dads, 1 tub, where the whiskey flows. Streaming half naked where the wild tales grow. Laugh so hard, spit whiskey on the mic. Night shift rebels broadcasting live. Lost connection can't kill this show.